Arsene, let's kick off with the team news. Anything different from Tuesday night?
No, the only thing I can tell is that Fabianski is out. We have to test a few other players who have got a few knocks and bruises, but I'm quite optimistic that they will be capable to play.
It means presumably Wojciech Szczesny stays in. Were you pleased with his performance?
Yeah, he had a good performance. I was pleased with his focus, with his sharpness. He had a good game.
And in himself, how's he been when he was out of the side, and how was he after he came back?
He dealt well with the situation that he faced. That means in our job is only one way to respond, is to practice even stronger and harder and show that you're ready for a fight. That's what he did.
Obviously, Everton shut Arsenal out. Goals are going to be a crucial factor. You've had a very good record until now. Still confident in your goal-scoring abilities as a team?
Of course. We played against an Everton team who was really focused to defend well, what they did. We've been unlucky in some situations as well, but overall we had a good performance in the continuity of what we did until now, and that's what you want to do again on Saturday. We are in a fight where every performance you want it to be at the best possible level, and that's why we'll focus on that on Saturday.
Just finally from me, Fulham at the weekend. Last night they played Chelsea. They were well beaten in the end, but they did have a good half-hour spell. So.
Yes, they could play again today, and the result could be different. You know, that's the game they lost last night. We will go there on Saturday and try to win our game and focus just on the performance of the day. It's a derby. You expect always a game in London to be difficult. So, but the only way for us to deal with that is focus again, as we did against Everton, and come out with a strong performance. What you did recently in every single game.
Arsene, you complained against Everton that they've been over-physical and that Gibson should have been sent off. Do you think that Carroll was over-physical last night and should have been sent off?
Could have been. Depends on his intention, you know. Because was he pushed, and how much was he pushed, only he knows. He went for the ball at the start, but he was too late.
Do you think generally there's an issue with the referees letting too much go though?
No, it's a strength of the English game. I was asked on Tuesday night, could Gibson have been sent off? I say yes, because for me it's more the intention of the player that is counts, you know. And when the player makes a deliberate foul to stop somebody from going forward on a counter-attack, for me that is a real yellow card. After the physicality of the English game is one of the attraction of the English games, as long as the intention is fair from the player who goes into the challenge. That is for me the most important. What we have seen recently, and that sometimes you see only on slow motion, is that players who go over the ball. I don't have a problem with players who go in completely 100%, because that's what you want to keep in the English game. Sometimes I watch throw-in games. After 20 minutes you're bored, because every time somebody goes down it's a foul. You say, come on, that's not football as well. So we don't want to lose the strengths and what makes the attractive English football as well, but the intention of the players have to be fair.
On Arsenal, Giroud could have won the game against Everton. He had some good chances. He scored 11 goals. It's his first season in the Premier League. He's been starting a lot of games. Is he looking a bit jaded to you, a bit tired?
Well, he gave a lot until now, and I think for his first season he's doing extremely well, because he has a fantastic attitude. He's a positive mind. A little bit less the strikers we used to have until now, but he has given us another dimension in the physical challenges in the air. And he scored 17 goals, all competitions included, 11 in the championship. What for his first season is quite good.
Your captain, Vermaelen, started 22 of the first 24 Premier League games. He started 3 of the last 9. How's he taking that?
Like every player, is disappointed not to play, and what is normal, but he deals in a fantastic way with the situation.
And just on Fulham, you haven't beaten them in the last 4 games. There's big pressure on you to win this one.
Yeah.
Confident you can?
Yes. Are you surprised with that thing? No. But I think we can, of course, because we have created a fantastic run, put a fantastic run together, and we want to continue that. I said to you many times, we have no room to drop points after we lost against Chelsea and we lost against Tottenham. After the Tottenham game, I told you we have no room to drop points, and that's where we are. So we do not have to look at the history, just at the performance of the day.
This is going to the last game, though, isn't it, of the season? This race is going to the last game of the season, though, isn't it?
Could, but the only way we can deal with the situation is to win our games. We won 8 of the last 9 and had a draw against Everton. What can happen to anybody? So I believe that we just want to keep that strong run going until the end. We know that's what's for us. It's what it's needed to be successful.
Steve?
Arsene, have you ever been interested in bringing Dimitar Berbatov to Arsenal?
No, because he went to Man United, and from Man United, I didn't even know that he was for Man United wanted to sell him.
So you've never been interested in bringing him here at any stage in the last few years?
No, because he went to Tottenham from Bayer Leverkusen, and at that time we didn't look for strikers. We had what it was needed. I knew that he was a good player because I've seen him with Leverkusen, but I was never on the case.
Is Fulham's season gone just about as you'd expect it to have gone at the start of the season? Or has it gone better than you'd expected? Or
Fulham season?
Fulham's season, yeah.
We are a team with a good technical level, you know, who plays good football. Martignol plays good football, has a positive philosophy, and from a Dutch school they always have a good positive attitude, and for me, no, they have done well.
You never really know what you're going to get with Fulham, though, do you? They can be brilliant like they were at Spurs, or absolutely terrible like they were at Chelsea. I guess you're hoping they have a repeat of that.
We expect our opponents to play well, and that's the only way we can deal with the situation. You know, don't expect any weakness from your opponent. Just focus on you. We know that do we play well, we can win everywhere, and that's what we want to do. Do not expect anything from Fulham.
Looks like we understand the PFA nominations are going to be out tomorrow. Who from Arsenal would you expect to be in a team?
All of them.
In a team of the year? maybe Jack Wilshere. I guess he could be on the young players list.
I don't know. Honestly, I am not too much interested in individual rewards in our sport, because I think what is important is what the team achieves, and I've never been keen too much on individual awards.
Did you have to speak to Jack at all after have you reviewed the incident now on television? I know the FA aren't taking any action, but have you seen the incident at half-time?
Not a lot happened, honestly.
James?
And just one more from me, if I can. Alex Song seems to suggest that things at life at Barcelona is not maybe all which he hoped it would be, and perhaps you thought staying at Arsenal would have been the better option. Is there a buyback in his clause here?
There is no buyback in his contract.
Does that mean, though, if he made sounds that he would be happy back at Arsenal next season?
Well, I don't know. I heard that he wants to give it a go for another season, you know, what you can understand, because it's the first season. I think he's a quality player, and sometimes the players have to insist when it doesn't go well and not too soon change his mind. My personal advice for him would be to give it another go, and after 2 seasons can still make a decision.
James?
Arsene, just to clarify on Fabianski, do you know how long he'll be out for?
No, he has a crack in his rib that has not moved, and that means we have to treat it clinically. That means just to see has he pain or not, and that is day by day.
Will he need to have another scan?
No.
I just want to ask you about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, if I can. He's made an impact from the bench
Yeah.
the last couple of games.
Mhm.
Do you feel that he can play a key role in the team?
Of course, Alex is a huge talent. That I believe that he has moved forward a lot this season, and you see it now when he comes on. He has a different stature, and he wants to really takes responsibility when he comes on now. What he was not always the case, and he has made huge improvement. And he's a very young boy at that level. What he's doing is already fantastic. And he has a part to play in our final run-in, of course.
I'm asking you to kind of assess his season, because I remember him speaking at the turn of the year and he was wanting to play more games. I know every player wants to play more, but how do you assess his contribution over the course of the campaign?
As I said, I think he has, since January, has grown up a lot. And he is, and you see that now with more purpose in his game, the final ball is much better, and his concentration is at a higher level. That's what you learn when you become from a young talented boy to a really performing player, you know. And I think this season has been very useful for him.
It's been difficult to leave him out at times.
I have plenty of players who are difficult to leave out.
Russell?
Just want to ask you about Kieran Gibbs, Arsenal, obviously in his interesting battle now with Nacho Monreal, but they're both fit and seems to be playing well in this run.
Both have done really well. That's another difficult decision I have to make in every single game. I would say for Gibbs it's the same than for Chamberlain, because he has improved tremendously this season, and I think October, November was really a springboard for him where he moved forward, and he's a candidate now for higher up.
And just finally, in terms of Martin Jarl, I know you mentioned him briefly, but obviously locked horns in a few North London derbies over the years. What do you make of the job he's trying to do, stamping his own authority on Fulham?
He's doing well, because they play. He's both the players who suit his game, you know, and who can play his game. And overall, when you go to Fulham, you know that they can play at a very good technical level. I remember we played 3-3 at home, missed a penalty in the last minute, but they played very well here.
Yeah, Berbatov scored twice in that one, didn't he? But there are some other threats too, aren't there?
Yeah, Ruiz did well on the night as well, and Sidwell played well. And at the back, they were very solid, yes.
Considering your experience of making the Champions League and where the table stands now, do you think you're among the favourites to make that top 4 place?
I believe we will do it, but it's down to our performances. You know, it's down to us performing until the end, as we did recently. We bounced back from a very, very difficult position, but we have still a lot of work to do.
Andrew?
So taking it back slightly to Olivier Giroud, I mean, other players who brought in, specifically from France, like Supporter Pires, who've been able to ease them in, but the workload that he's had to deal with this season is huge for someone in their first season in English football.
Yes, but he has good physical potential, Olivier, and he wants to play every single game. He has good basic stamina, you know. He can absorb the games, can absorb the body to body, because he's a strong guy. And I think you will see more from him next season, and there's a lot more to come from him.
How does he take it when things don't go so well? It seems like he's a very emotional character on the pitch.
He is very extrovert, but as well he has a basic positive nature. I think he wants to do well, he's desperate to do well, but he's not the one who hides after, you know. He stands up for what he has done, and I feel he deals quite well with that.
Okay, last two now.
Just about Leo, so obviously he's had surgery last month.
Rio?
Yeah, Meiji,
Yeah?
That's what you announced. How serious is the injury, and how long do you expect him to be out?
He is back in the last 3 weeks now for rehab. He's doing extremely well. His surgery went well. He's working, as you know, Rio well. But he's focused every day early. The first in, the last out. Like many Japanese players, you know, and he's doing extremely well, but he still needs some patience, 3 to 4 weeks to play again.
So do you expect him to be back before the start of next season?
Yeah, I think he will be back before the end of the season.
Okay, and finally, Bruno.
Arsène, je vais te parler de Manuel Neuer, du gardien du Bayern Munich. Je sais que tu suis beaucoup football allemand, je le connais particulièrement. Est-ce que il fait partie des meilleurs gardiens du monde? Est-ce que c'est le meilleur? Et qu'est-ce qui t'impressionne le plus, ses qualités?
Il fait partie des meilleurs. Je pense que ses grosses qualités sont avant tout physiques et mentales. Et c'est quelqu'un qui a une présence physique énorme et qui a une forme de charisme qu'on pourrait un peu comparer aux gardiens d'antan du Bayern. Et comme Kahn, une forme de... comme Schmeichel ici. C'est-à-dire ils te font d'abord sentir qu'ils sont forts. Et il fait parfois encore des erreurs de jeunesse, de calcul dans la lecture des trajectoires, comme il a fait contre nous au match retour. Mais bon, c'est un gars qui a un charisme d'un grand gardien.